Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem HaKadosh. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, the Ruler and T12. Salutations to the icon, expressing his truth in all honesty and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. Shalom. This is the brother Yarama, coming at you from the Men of Valor, South Carolina Upstate Count, with a quick video where I'm trying to make it too long and make it as edifying as possible. Alright, so I'm gonna title this video his story. All right, history, man. All right, you could take it however you will. It's almost like a triple entendre. All right, Esau trying to rewrite his story by changing history, and the Most High, is about to, prove, and fulfill the story that he have already written, man. All right, and Jacob's story is gonna be foretold, man. All right, this is not the end of the line for us, man. All right, Esau done changed everything up so much. You would have never thought that the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans have ever ruled this world before. All right, starting with Job chapter 9, verse 24. All right, it says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? All right, so the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right. And the wicked is Esau. All right, he covered the faces of the judges thereof. All right, the time of the Russian icons. All right, which they still have a lot of those. They weren't able to whitewash all those. The Russian icons, but the European icons, they pretty much whitewashed the majority of those. All right, through iconoclasm, man. All right, they change the images from dark skinned images to white images. All right, they basically created their own art. Right, the Renaissance period, man. All right, in the mid to late 1600s, man. All right, so the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. All right, and the rightful judges are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. We're going to be the judges of the earth. All right, the judges in righteousness. If not, where and who is he? All right, so you already know that that's Esau, man. All right, so let me get Daniel chapter 4, verse 17. All right, and it says, this matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and he giveth to it and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the bases of men. Salakia, for my twisted words. So the Lord set up over, to rule the world, the base of men. All right, so right now he set up the base of men to rule the world, and we know that's Esau, man, coming from the caves. All right, this devil didn't even know how to bathe himself. He was just a brute beast. He was the base. He was below all men. All right, so hey, the Lord set him up to rule the earth. All right, just so he can punish, the tribes. Esau had a certain role he had to play in this movie. So Esau think that he about to rewrite and write a new story for himself, right? Because he gave up the birthright for a morsel of meat. So he think that he gonna maintain it and get it back by destroying and killing the tribes, man. He think that by doing that, or in the time of trouble, that the Most High is not gonna have a reason to come back and judge the earth. But Esau is wrong. All right, even if he could fulfill his plan, because the scripts say that they're gonna it's gonna come to naught, basically. All right, that it's not gonna be fulfilled. All right, the Lord gonna throw they plans, throw it down, man. All right, so even if this devil could fulfill his plan, he still would be destroyed, man. All right, so the Most High, he's the ruler. He rule in the kingdom of men. He rule over us. He set up who rule. All right, he the one that set up King David. All right, he set up the Babylonian kingdom, the Assyrian kingdom. All right, he set up the Persians and the Medes to rule. He gave everyone time and chance. All right, you know. So let me see. All right. Let me get Second Esdras 6 and 9. All right. Second Esdras, I'm starting verse 8. All right, chapter 6, verse 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. You know, 'cause they was fighting in the womb. In the story, you know, in the history that was written down about Jacob and Esau. All right, you know, they was fighting in the womb. All right, the angel, you know, told, you know, Rebecca that. All right, you know, all right, they was fighting in the womb, and Jacob held first the heel of Esau, which was a prophecy that Jacob gonna bring Esau down. All right, so verse 9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. All right, so Esau is the end of the world, but Jacob is the beginning of the world that follows. So this is the end of the story for Esau. Esau's story is coming to an end. All right, mainly in the kingdom after he served about 1,000 years. All right, and he gonna get, you know, burnt. All right, they're gonna be, you know, gathered together to be burnt. All right, that's when Esau's true story gonna end, in the kingdom. All right, but this is the end of his story here in America, aka Babylon the Great. All right, but when Babylon, you know, what you call America, Babylon the Great, get destroyed, it's gonna be the beginning for Jacob, man. All right, we're gonna rule forever, man, in peace. All right, you know, the way it was always intended for us to live. All right. So let me get Isaiah 14. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12. It says, How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? All right, so, you know, these devils call themselves Lucifer, Luciferian, or the light bearers, man. They think they got the truth, man. They think they bear the light. All right, they think they know every damn thing. They even know that they're going to be destroyed, but they don't want to believe it. All right, the Most High set up Satan to rule them and to lead them and guide them. The Most High set up Satan, all right, to give them a false doctrine that they're going to rule, that they're not going to go down if they just do this and that. All right, showing you that the Most High is in control of all things. He's just using them to usher in Jacob's trouble, to introduce the MOTB, all right, and to start, you know, WW3. All right, when WW3 go down, it's gonna be like WWE. All right, it's gonna be like a tables, letters, and chairs match. No holds barred, man. They gonna unleash all this technology, these missiles, which is the technology that the Most High have given the nations of the earth. All right, the MOTB, that's the Most High technology. All right, the ICBM, that's the Most High's technology. All right, say that he created the Smiths that blow up the coals. All right, so that's the Most High, you know, putting that in their spirit. All right, going back to is it Micah 2? I can get there real quick. I think it's Micah 2. All right, Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. Right, so basically, they work evil upon their beds. They think about everything they want to do on the earth, and when it come time, all right, for them to put it to action, they do it. All right, but they meditate on the hill that they bring on the earth. That's just the spirit that the Lord gave them, man. All right, we hate this devil, but we know that he just fulfilling a work that the Lord set him up to do. All right, but we know the latter end, what's gonna be of him. So that would keep us pushing. We know this devil is not gonna rule much longer. All right, verse 13 it says, "For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north." All right, so this devil think he's gonna exalt himself above the Most High. And he's sadly mistaken, man. All right, they ain't gonna sit sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the side of the north. All right, they ain't gonna ascend into heaven, man. All right, think he gonna be over all governments. He think he gonna fulfill his NWO. All right, he really think he gonna be on a level. All right, verse 14, "I will send above the heights of the clouds. I would be like the Most High." This damn devil, man. All right, that's why they main image that they use for the flags and everything, is the eagle. All right, the eagle is the one bird that flies the highest. All right, the apex predator of the sky, man. All right, so that's what they think they are, man. They think that they gonna soar high, but this devil think he gonna even soar higher than that. All right, but the Lord is allowing him to get as prideful as he can, so his fall can be that much more greater, man. What they say in the world, the bigger you are, the harder you fall. All right, verse 15, "Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit." Or they're gonna be brought down to the pits, man. That's exactly where they're gonna be at in the kingdom. They're gonna be in pits, man. All right, forget a hut, they're gonna be in a pit. All right, verse 16, "They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms?" All right, we'll say, is this the man that had all that power? That's how low of an estate he's gonna be in. All right, verse 17, "That made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners." So he opened up not the house of his prisoners, man. All right, the prisoners are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. He destroyed the world. He made it as a wilderness. Look at the crops, man. All right, he worked and used certain lands so hard that, hey, man, it's not going crops. Instead of letting using the land Sabbath, letting the land rest and move on to the next, you want to keep on tilling and using the same old land, man. This damn devil, man. He wearing out the earth, man. Causing the earth to be a wilderness. Most definitely when them ICBMs start flying, all right, certain places of the earth really gonna be made a wilderness. Mainly Babylon the Great, aka America. Gonna be a desert. Nobody gonna dwell here. Or when this place get destroyed, you ain't gonna know Cali from New York. You ain't gonna know North Carolina from South Carolina. All right. You ain't gonna know. Hey, it's gonna be a complete wasteland, man. All right. So he let not go of the house of his prisoners. So let me get Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 7. All right. It says, "I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth." All right. So the servants, are upon horses, the heathens, are mainly Esau. They had recently destroyed that statue of Roosevelt, all right, on a horse, all right, with a Native American on his right and a so-called Negro on the left. All right. He had a northern tribe, Gadite on the right and a Judite on the left. And they had a yoke around their neck. So that was their servant upon the horses, man. All right, and and princes walking as servants upon the earth. So the tribes, we are servants on the earth, but we can feel and see that our captivity is almost over with. All right, we're not going to be servants anymore. All right, these jobs can't even keep people. All right, the economy is suffering, man. Jacob's Trouble is right around the corner, man. And when they go down, there ain't gonna be no more work and no more jobs, no more nothing. Alright, we're gonna finally get a small glimpse of our rest. Alright, especially if you're a man of the Lord. Alright. Alright, let me end it off with Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5. Alright. Alright, so this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, starting at the top. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him. Alright, that's the way, what we do when going to byways and the highways, man. We stand in great boldness against these devils, man. Come by the count. They can't believe that we're doing what we're doing. Because it was a time that we wasn't able to do this, man. So we stand in great boldness, man, before the face of such as have afflicted us, man. These devils be mad, man. We seen a lot of things out there. Esau pissed the hell off, man, red in the face. Alright, and says, and made no account of his labors. Alright, they made no account of our labors, man. We out there laboring for the Lord, man. Alright, verse 2, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. Alright, so they seeing it, man. They're troubled with terrible fear, especially these elites. Because they know really what we out there for, man. They know that we're striving to be servants and prophets of the Lord, man. They know that we out there prophesying, so these elites shaking in their boots. They never wanted us to come to our acknowledgement, alright, that we went off and they didn't want us to repent to the Lord. They never wanted us to do that. That's why they set up the NBA, NFL, set up these rappers, set up all this entertainment. Alright, going back, I didn't read in Ecclesiastes. Chapter 10, verse 6 said, folly is set in great dignity. All right, so they set up all this folly because they know our people love folly and entertainment. They set up all this folly, man, for our people to be, they set up all this folly to be a stumbling block. All right, but the elect escaped that, man. All right, so they have trouble, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, so they in fear. Not only these elites know that their judgment coming, these everyday Edomites, the most of them, they know that they're gonna get paid back for what they have done. All right, going back to Isaiah 14, I believe Isaiah 14 verse 21. All right, that they shall receive, punishment for their forefathers. But let me get that after this, Lord willing. All right, verse 3. All right. So basically, verse 2, and they shall be amazed at the strangeness of our salvation, of his salvation, the salvation of Jacob. All right. Verse 3, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he, and we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. All right. So they gonna be like, man, is this the man? Then they shall know that the prophet had been among them. They're like, oh man, they was telling the truth. They are the prophets of the Lord, the men of the Lord. Or they're like, oh, salvation is only for the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. They gonna say this was he, whom we had sometimes in derision, in a proverb of reproach, calling us names, and we heard all kinds of stuff out there, man. All right, but they gonna see, man, that we was telling the truth the whole time, man. All right, verse 4, we fools, Salakia, we fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. All right, they gonna say that, they gonna acknowledge themselves as being fools. Or they account our lives as madness. They think that we're out there wasting our time. They're like, oh, don't you want people to listen to you? Don't you want people to follow you? Why are you speaking so rude? Or we may be rude in speech, but not in knowledge. All right, they accounted, they thought that our end was to be without honor, man. They look at us as the scum of the earth. They look at us as below a nigga, man. Below a 2/3. That's how these people look at us, man. Even the 2/3, they might look at us as being lower than them. Women, will call you a bum. They think you gave up your whole life. For sure we gave up our whole life. Our life in Babylon. Cause it ain't shit here. We see Babylon for what it is, man. A piece of shit, man. So yeah, we gave up our life in that sense. We gave our life to the Lord, man. We put our life in the Lord's hands. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai's hands. That's the ultimate hands you want to put in, man. Why these niggas want to put their hand in all state. Alright, give their life to Babylon, man. Alright. You know? So verse 5 it said, how is he numbered among the children of the Most High, and his lot is among the saints? Alright. So they gonna be like, how are we among, the elect? Alright, these devils, they just some damn haters, man. These elites some damn haters. Alright? They hate us because they ain't us, man. Alright, that's all what it is. They want to be a part of the tribe so bad, man. That's why, our influence have went around the whole earth, man. We're the most influential people on the earth, even in this wickedness, man. So imagine in righteousness. Alright, so we that much more greater, man. Yeah, let me go back and get Isaiah real quick, because I wanted to get that. Alright, Isaiah 14 with 14, 20, 21. It's Isaiah chapter 14 verse 21 says, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. Alright, so prepare slaughter for his children, man. Alright, so the progenitors of Esau gonna be destroyed. Right? For the iniquity of their forefathers. Their forefathers haven't been paid back for what they have done for slavery. They done lived their lives and died in old age. So they came back in a regeneration to get punished. Even the men that stabbed the Lord on the cross, they gonna get paid back. Oh, the Lord got it in for them, man. The Lord gonna torture them, man. Alright, they probably be the main ones trying to fight against the host of heaven, man. Alright, that's what it talks about when it say that the devil and his angels fighting against the heavenly host, or the Lord and his angels, the archangel Michael. Alright, so the Lord, he gonna get them devils, man. Alright. Let me also look for this other scripture. I can't really remember where it's at. I don't think it's 24. Let me see. Where it says he got bounds that he cannot pass. I know it's it's Job 20 or something. Slop. Verse 5, it says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So his bounds that he cannot pass, man. Alright, so it's time coming to an end, man. Alright. So his days are determined, man. The number of his months. Alright. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there. The Lord willing is edifying and uplifting. So with that being said, when it say call halal, Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Kakadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who ruled well and teach well. And salutations to all your Akim, spreading this truth in all honesty and sincerity. Shalom.